right now we're seeing the emergence of DAOs, within the Cosmos ecosystem, mainly on the Juno chain. Colonial Cats was an NFT project that minted on the Stargaze chain, and it's used as a DAO token for the GATA DAO. They have a second mint happening right now on Stargaze that you can buy. And today, I'm going to have a conversation with the creators of both NFT projects, but the focus will be on the DAO. Right now, as I see this explosion of DAOs, I'm very curious to see how these will work. So let me bring in the guests here. And
Hello.
nice to have you. Have Jove and Cryptopital. And hopefully, I really want to stay on the DAO. I think that's the most interesting thing that I see right now in the Cosmos ecosystem, all these different DAOs popping up. Why don't you introduce the yourselves and the original collection, the Colonial Cats, and then we'll get into the DAO.
Okay. So first, Colonial Cats is an NFT project which is based on the DAO because it's the first thing we want to launch. The NFT collection was meant to be a DAO. So we want to launch something to let people be into the Cosmos ecosystem and take a new part and a new role into it because we found that all the validators we see as people, which is very respectable because some of the people are here to give you educational content or even information about the Cosmos chain. And we found that many of the community people should be part of this and should take a specific role in it. It's some kind of an evolution onto the Cosmos blockchain because as we are used to delegate our token to people which are influent and give you advice, give you information. I think the people should also have this capability to be one of them.
Right. So the Colonial Cats was part of that Genesis mint when the Stargaze chain first launched, right? And
Yeah.
you guys were, had no problem selling out. But before that, you must have had a pretty involved community knowing that they're minting a DAO token, right?
Yeah.
How'd you organize in the beginning to generate the interest for the NFT collection in the first place? Because, if I'm just scrolling through Stargaze, a lot of the projects look like PFP projects, but they're not, right? So how did you kind of generate the interest from the beginning?
It was the real hard part because one thing we have in mind is that we do not need a very very hype community because one thing we should do first is to build everything we have to do, so to build our validators, build our DAO. So the less people we have into our community, the less noises we will have into this community. But we also have to sell out. One thing we find very interesting is that at the very beginning of Stargaze, most of the people are able to buy their NFT thanks to the airdrop because it was one of the missions. So we found that it will be easier for us to have some acknowledgement about us, and people will be able to buy our collection. And the very tricky part was was to find a way to let people know what we do, because many of these people choose to mint without regarding what we do. Because
Right.
they're looking for the airdrop. So the tricky part was not to sold out. The tricky part was to let people know what we do.
Right. So, well, that that you could still buy those NFTs on the secondary market, right? On Stargaze,
Yeah.
because there are people flipping NFTs who did just mint for that purpose. But let's get into the DAO itself. What was the original purpose or the original cause that you felt a DAO had to be built to make this happen?
We found that many of NFT projects, as you say, was PFP project or project with pay to earn or something like that. Every chain we see NFTs, and each NFTs have the same role. And we felt that on Cosmos blockchain, we have something different, which is the pulse. So people could have a role to play into the validators and also into their ecosystem, because it's something more that we can add to our project. And we felt that is also not something more, it's the specific things we have to add to the project. It's the main things. So we have to use that validators to let people be involved in many chain, to have many information about every project we have to on Cosmos IBC, because there are plenty of of blockchain in it. So the really specific goal was to launch validators. It was since the beginning. It's our only goal.
Right. So validators are a way to, you know, be hands-on with that specific
Mhm.
blockchain, right? The validators have the most important job. They're minting the blocks, they're validating the transactions, but also it becomes sustainable if the validator is profitable. You're
Yeah,
able to generate benefit for the NFT holders. And by the way, I think NFTs make much better DAO tokens than fungible tokens,
yeah,
right? Just
I think
if you
so.
just airdropped a whole bunch of fungible tokens, which is happens, 90% of the people won't even know what they're for.
Mm.
They'll probably just sell them or forget about them. The NFT collection, I think, makes more sense in my opinion from what I've seen so far. So what will be the benefits, or what are the benefits to the actual, I buy the NFT, what do I get out of it besides the voting, which we'll talk about?
For now, you have the benefits to hold a part of the DAO wallets. All our DAO wallets are visible and people can look into it. Today, because of the condition of the markets, it's a bit hard for us to reward our holders, because it will be nothing that we want to do, because we want to give to our people many USD, as you can imagine. And also, the holders have decided it. So we are organized in three specific parts. The first one is the team. We are actually free to imagine some vote, some new chain to validate, so many things. And then we propose it to the council, which is some people from the holders who are very specific, because they took a real part into the project, into relay information on Twitter, to take any decision, to propose something. And then after that, we propose the new vote to the DAO community, after reviewing everything with the council. And then everyone is able to vote. So actually, we haven't reward anyone, because we are compounding every reward we have from each validators. For example, we have one on Evmos, and actually, I think we have more or less 600 token on it. So we compound every day, because it's a decision of the DAO, and when the DAO will ask us to give reward to the people, we will do.
Right.
Because we
So
are not.
well, I,
Yeah.
just to interrupt, so you have,
Mhm.
how many validators are there now? and and
Four.
and so holding the token
Mhm.
gives the holder the benefit of each, or do you have a
Yeah.
different council for each validator?
No, no, no. Every NFT holders from this collection, or also for the collection of the Genesis one, have the same amount of tokens. So one thing is very important to us is that we are no rarity chart. Every people have the same right with their NFTs, and each collection will have the same right also. So every time we launch a collection is a way for us to collect funds to launch our validators, because every validators have a cost so far, and then each validators will give reward to all NFT holders.
Got it.
So
Is it
mhm.
is it easy to identify the wallets from the different chains, even though people are
Yeah,
holding their NFTs on Stargaze?
Yeah, it's very easy because when you click on Mitscan on our validators, you have the link to the wallet, which is bound to the validators, and here you can see every token we have.
So it's possible if I'm not paying attention, but I hold one of these NFTs, I may not
Hmm.
be delegating to all four validators. You'll
Yeah,
be able to differentiate and kind of weight the rewards based on
yeah.
how much is being staked and to how many validators. That's right.
Exactly. Every NFT holders have the right, even they delegate or not, because some of the people haven't the funds to delegate to all the validators we have. So the only right of the only proof of ownership you have is your NFT. So you will get reward even though you are can't stack some token into Safe Chain, for example, or into Nomic. And so far we have four validators, which is Safe Chain, Nomic, Evmos, and Juno.
And Juno. Okay. All right. So what you're saying is you can't tell how many
Mhm.
tokens someone's valid actually delegated to your validator.
Yes, we can count.
Oh, you can. You
Uh,
can.
we can count. Sometimes we already have done a giveaway to incentivize one of our validators, the first one on Safe Chain. And here we are asking to everybody to give their address to look into it and find the winner. I think you know it. Each wallet haven't the same address on SafeChain, Nomic, or even Evmos, on even Cosmos, and you cannot relay everything and find the good one.
Got
So
it.
it's pretty hard.
Yeah. For people that don't know, these are
Mhm.
completely different blockchains, right?
Yeah,
Completely
yeah,
different blockchains, but most of us are using the same wallet to interact on. Most of them, you get different
yes,
address, and then Stargaze, which is another blockchain where we would be holding the actual NFT. That's a different address as well.
yes.
So, but you see this improving down the road.
We hope that using interchain accounts and interchain security, we will be able with time to track every different wallet because one of the things which interchain account will add is the to be able to have a transaction as an example on osmosis using your cosmos account. So I think in a way with time because cosmos blockchain is just in the early days, we will be able to track every wallet.
Got it. All right. And what you said before is for now,
Mhm.
the the holders of the NFT are the voters, right? And
Yeah.
um, they voted to compound the Evmos rewards and the other ones,
Mhm.
or just Evmos right now.
All the rewards
So they're gonna
because
they're gonna
yeah
forego instant income for now.
as the market conditions are not good, they thought that is good way is a good way to compound rewards and wait for a good time to probably get back these rewards and give them to all the orders.
Do now. Here's a question that I have:
Mhm.
your tokens that are under control of the DAO are
Mhm.
staked with your validator. Validators also get airdrops,
I think so.
right? So, like, let's say your Juno validator is eligible for an airdrop, that may be
Mhm.
voted on by the community as well, right?
Yeah. I think it should be the same. If we have a airdrop from Juno chain or even Evmos chain, because I think it's the first thing we should see.
Yes,
People will decide if we stack them also, or if we sell them for another token and stack them into the validators, or if we distribute them. Everything will be voted by the DAO.
got it. And um, community members are also able to make proposals. They're not just voting on the proposals, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So,
They
and
participate.
you have full participation for your NFT holders, which is really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Even some of them propose to do educational content to attract people into the DAO. It's something we have voted 1 day ago, I think. and we ask them about the minting, when we should stop it if we don't sell out. Everything is completely discussing with the DAO.
Understood. Understood. So for someone who's just hearing about this now, they missed the Colonial Cat mint, but you have a mint right now. Are those two collections seen as equal in terms of voting, or do they have separate perks and separate responsibilities?
No, equal. It's the same
Equal.
thing for both of them. Yeah,
So it's just another design for the overall same NFT collection, right? It's Voyager cats instead of Colonial cats, but otherwise
yeah.
they're equal. It's just a preference thing at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And for instance, we are many way to reward our owners, not only validators. For an example, all the fees coming from the Stargaze blockchain when we trade our colonial cats, half of the fees is redirecting to our our owner also. And every time we mint another collection, our owner from the first collection receive a percent of the mint, actually 9%.
So not just the secondary trading fees, they're getting a percent of the mint. And
Yeah,
this goes into a community wallet, or this is direct to the NFT holders.
direct to the NFT holders.
Interesting, interesting. Um, so it sounds like you have a pretty organized and very, potentially lucrative way for people to just benefit from their NFTs, especially if they were Genesis Colonial Cats holders.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so.
Now, I have a couple more questions about the validator. To me, the validators get overlooked in terms of what they actually do for the chain. I
Mhm.
think people just assume they see a validator tweeting, "Oh, this validator is on like 10 different chains." It I would imagine it's very hard to be profitable in the beginning. Is
Yeah,
that right? So
yeah, yeah.
is there a cutoff on, let's say, the Juno chain where, below
Mhm.
this rank or this amount of delegated tokens where the validators are still trying to become profitable?
I think it's very, very hard to be profitable for some reasons. Most of the first reasons is because of the slashing protected. Because at the first, most of the rewards we have to collect should be to protect all the delegators, because at the very beginning, even though we are monitoring every chain and every block we created, we also have the possibility to be jailed like everyone. So we have to be protect all the people which delegate to us. So it's one of the costs we have to firstly think of, and then after that we have to be in the top 10, top 13, or less, to imagine to be very, very profitable. So I think it's just a way of time, because you can be profitable very soon and very quickly if you have a chain which is expanding and very fast. As an example, if we were here at the very beginning of Juno chain, I think we should be very profitable. At the same time, I think on Evmos we are on good path to be profitable also. It's a good way, probably in the same thing about Nomic. As an example, because we are full transparencies, we are not profitable at all on SafeChain because of their problem recently. I think there is a good team behind SafeChain, so it could be something in the future. So we will compounding every day, but we cannot be sure to be profitable soon. Uh, this is the reason why we are a long-term project, because we felt that the profitable part will come, will all the validators we will have during a long period of time.
Understood. Well, I mean, that goes back to the beginning where you're
Mhm,
organizing a community, marketing your project. You
mhm,
have to try to attract mostly people who are not that concerned so much with the price of the NFT right away. They see the
mhm.
long term potential and they say, you know what? Maybe I don't have time to research SIFT Evmos, even Juno. Some people don't like the permissionless nature of Juno. They just have
Yeah,
Atom. But now they could hold
yeah,
an NFT. right? That gives them some exposure to those other chains. Yeah, the
Yes.
timing is bad, but if things turn around, I think a lot of the chains that you chose, Sif chain, I'm not an expert on, but it's a DeFi platform, right? It's
Yeah.
smart contracts. Juno's a permissionless smart contract platform, has DAOs, will have interoperable smart contracts or has interoperable smart contract capability. Then you've got Evmos. That's a very high potential chain, right? That's an
Yeah.
EVM that has a chance to attract a bunch of people from Ethereum, and we know, the gas fees are a problem for a lot of people, not for everyone, obviously, but that could
Yeah.
bring some people over. And then what was and
Namek.
Nomic. Nomic, for people that don't already know, this is a chain that's going to serve as a Bitcoin bridge. So you have Ethereum
Mhm.
and Bitcoin, smart contracts, interoperable smart contracts. I think you picked some very you know maybe high risk but high reward chains to be compounding those rewards, and it's good that your community is patient. Right? Well, you need
Yeah.
that with a DAO. Like you're joining a club basically, right? I look at it
Yeah.
as you're joining a club. It's not a job,
Mm.
right? You're voluntarily joining this club. You have to be on board with the vision of the project
Yeah.
through
It-
you know good and bad, especially if the bad hopefully is just temporary. So um,
yeah. It's almost the tricky part, I think, because most of the NFT project is mostly to flip the NFTs and or give promises in 1 year, 2 years, we don't know. And some of them are very good, and some of them will succeed because they have a good team and good community. We don't know. But so far, the tricky part of our project is to say to people, we will launch and choose every chain we will validate because we are into the Cosmos blockchain. For an example, I'm not a Cosmos maximalist, but part of my revenue come from the Cosmos blockchain. I'm very deep into it. I knew many projects. I've talked with many people, and I like it because I really see it like the internet of the blockchain. And each time we choose a validators, we also proposed it to the DAO, explaining why we choose it, why we choose to launch the validator right now and not before and not after. We have to look into technical analysis. We have to look into fundamentals. Everything is very important to us.
well, let's talk about the mint that's going on right now. Also a
Yeah,
DAO token, different design. Um, the design we're looking at here on the screen, that's the original Colonial Cats, or is that just a custom
yeah. This one is the original one.
original one? The new
Yeah,
collection is Voyager Cats.
yeah.
It's minting on Stargaze. Um, would you recommend somebody? Well, you're saying there's not much of a difference between the two, right? So if you're somebody who likes, secondary market, you're picking specific rarities and all that. I think more people
Mhm.
like the thrill of the minting. This is happening right now. What would you say to somebody who's just now finding out about this DAO and they like minting NFTs?
I think Voyager Cuts is a bit different because we have organized many giveaway around it, and people could have a chance to win something, at least the price of the NFT, which is very different if you hold the Colonial Cats right now because we won't be able to do that. So I think if you want to be rewarded, if you have some luck, for example, it's a good way to come into our community as well. So you can do everything you want. You can buy a colonial cats if you want, or you can buy Voyager cats, which could allow you to earn many stars. And yes, I think the both way is good for us because one thing we want, after all, is to have community members. But Voyager cats will give you probably, if you are lucky, more chance to win something.
Final question, based on rarity, that's not where
Mhm.
the participation power comes from with the NFTs. The rarity is there just for collectors who want
Yeah.
to pick out specific traits in an NFT. Regardless of the rarity, you're entitled to the same benefit and the same participation ability as any other. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. And again, you're minting on Stargaze. What's the cost in stars for the for this mint?
Free, 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 free.
Got it. Okay.
3,333.
So I would say it's like an average price mint on Stargaze. Um,
Yeah,
you know, I would say it's in the middle. It's about $100, something like that, right now in
yeah,
U.S. dollars. All right. Well, I really appreciate you giving the info. I've been more and more interested in DAOs, how they're going to look a month from now, a year from now,
yeah,
whether NFTs are the way to go, fungible tokens are the way to go, how to attract people in the first place is fascinating because a lot of
mm,
people have short attention spans in crypto, and it's even shorter in NFTs. In my opinion, it's the least patient people are in the NFT space. Like you said,
yeah,
they're flipping NFTs. They don't even know what the NFTs are. Half time don't care. Maybe they don't have to care. They're in there participating in the
mm,
secondary market. But yeah, I really appreciate it. It was nice to meet you face to face after a lot of interaction, and I'll definitely check
yeah.
out that. I'll definitely check out that mint, and I'll share all of the information below in the description of this video.
Okay, and we will keep in touch.
Yep. And good luck with the rest of this mint. I know it's stressful to have a mint open during these times.
Yeah.
All right. Take it easy.